Hello, I'm Val, and in this yoga video we're going to look at some yoga postures that may assist you to relax and get a better night's sleep. If you've never suffered with trying to get to sleep, then you're very fortunate, because most of us do suffer at some point in time. If it's an occasional thing, then it doesn't tend to be a big worry, but sleep is very important. And if it's disrupted or unachievable over a longer period of time, it affects the whole of your life. There's lots of advice out there about things you can try: keeping your environment decluttered, having the room at the right temperature, maybe burning a candle or an incense stick of your favourite scent to help relax you prior to obviously going to sleep, making sure that candle's put out before you put your head down for the night. Some people like classical music, they find that relaxing. You might even choose to have a herbal tea. When we come to yoga, there are several things we can use. We can do some closing down postures, which is what we're going to look at. We can use our breathing. Whilst I'm going to introduce the Lunar Breath here, there might be another breathing practice, such as alternate nostril breathing, that really helps you to relax and release. And we have mantra, repetitive saying. So a typical mantra for helping you to sleep: my mind is calm, my body is relaxed. So as you lay there to relax, you repeat, my mind is calm, my body is relaxed. If you want something simpler, I am still, I am calm. I am still, I am calm. If you're a fan of 3 words, then what about relax, release, rest? Relax, release, rest. Do have a look. Try and find something that suits you. Don't get hung up on the fact. Give it a try. If it doesn't work, move on. We're going to start from standing. So forward stretching can be very good. We're going to start with half a forward bend. Now this is us taking the body so that we're directly out from the hips, stretching forwards. You might be happy to work unsupported, or you might prefer to come to a surface. So I have a windowsill here. Just pop my curtain out of the way. And you might want to come to this position. Try and have those feet about hip width apart. Try and soften the knees and release the body forwards. A few nice deep breaths. Find a surface that works for you, that's about hip level. Tuning into your breath. If you're working off a surface, walk yourself safely in towards the surface to come up. If you're working freestanding, then obviously we're just going to tilt up through the body or uncurl. So it might be that we've got the hands linked, soft knees, feet hip width, and we're folding forwards. Lengthen your spine. Encourage yourself to release. Work with a support or without. Remember, this is relaxing. We're not looking for a full-blown stretch here. You might be uncurling gently. See how you feel. And if you want to go for a 3rd time into your half stretch, maybe the hands are on the hips, hinging forwards. That sense of releasing forwards from hip level, soft knees. Few nice deep breaths. coming up in the way that suits you. You may be happy to go into a Ragdoll forward bend, relaxing the hands on the fronts of the body, rolling yourself forwards, releasing down, keeping those legs soft. And as we come forwards, hand to opposite elbow. Release the top of the head down to the mat, keep those knees soft. If it's more comfortable, take the feet a little wider than the hips. This is releasing, letting the stresses of the body drain, tuning into your breath. Be mindful of your blood pressure and how long you want to stay upside down, and softening those knees to either push up, hands on thighs, or steadily uncurl. Take a moment. Have a sense of how your body's feeling. Try and open the chest and breathe deeply all the way down into the diaphragm. And when you're ready, we'll roll down again. Hands on the front of the thighs, rolling down towards the mat. Hanging in Ragdoll. Releasing your spine. Tuning into your breath. Soft in those knees and legs. Bend the knees as much as you need to. You can always move the grip further up the arms if the elbows are down on the mat. Weights in the feet. Spine is lengthening. And we're releasing down. Uncurling or putting those hands onto the thighs and dipping. Releasing up in your own way. Take a moment. Breathing. A third time if you're happy to do so. When you're going to bed, releasing down in your Ragdoll, you might choose to only do the posture once. But try and release fully. Think of emptying the stresses of the day, of bringing your focus into your body and allowing yourself to really soften and release. Work in the way that's right for you. If this posture makes you feel anxious, then remove it. Don't do it. When you feel ready, uncurling in your own way. And we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat now. We're going to come down onto our knees. If you don't want to come down on the knees, come down in the way that's right for you. We're going to practice wide-legged swan or half frog posture. So the knees are bent, toes together. Bring yourself down between your spread knees. Walk the body forwards. Think of settling the forehead, maybe the chest down to the mat. If you don't like having your forehead down, you could put your hands one on top of each other under the head. Or you can even rest the head on the book. So work in the way that's right for you. Softening forwards. Anyone that's pregnant or having period pains might enjoy this position as a relaxation posture. Again, we're breathing, getting a stretch into the thighs. Softening the body down into the mat. You can stay there for as long as suits you. You might walk yourself up. Make any adjustments to those knees. Want to go wider or maybe come in together. If those feet are uncomfortable, consider having a rolled towel underneath the tops of the feet. And then bring yourself steadily down to the mat. Ideally the forehead's in touch with the mat. The arms are wherever's right for you. You might have those elbows bent or those arms stretching away. Think of allowing the whole of the body weight to sink down into the mat, tuning into your breath. Adjust as it suits you. I know this could be really tough on the knees, walking up whenever you're ready. So if you struggle with the knees, leave this one out. Or alternatively, pad under the shins. Maybe even put a rolled blanket between the thighs and the calves. If you're happy to, we can come down again, find the position that's right for you. Walk yourself forwards, releasing. A few nice deep breaths into the body. When you're ready, walking yourself up, or if that's allowed you to relax and you want to lay into your Savasana, then you can do so. Take what you can from this practice and see what works for you. We are going to come into a seated position to practice the lunar breath. So if you can sit cross-legged, because that's wonderful, it opens through the hips, releases the lower back, particularly if you've been sitting in a chair all day. And our easy sitting posture, Tadasana, is quite a nice one. You bring one heel in towards the groin, bring the other foot up, and you try and stack your heels one over the other. Now ideally those knees want to be down. I find sitting on a block really makes a difference. So I'll just take that leg out a moment, perch myself on the edge of my block, give some space for that heel to come in, and then the other leg to come on top. And I can sit here. Halfway through, you should change your leg position. You're being good yogis and trying to go for balance. So we want to feeling those knees are releasing down. So I can feel that this morning I actually need another block. Yes, I'm practicing this in the morning, although it's a relaxation that you would do in the evenings. However, in the evenings I'm generally busy with my yoga practice or my yoga sessions. So I'm going to use 2 blocks. So you can see I'm sitting just on the edge of them, bringing one foot in and then the other. Now, your hand position can be open, or for the lunar breath, we might be using the hand onto the nose. The lunar breath is breathing in through the left side, out through the right side. In through the left, out through the right. So if we're right-handed, it's the right hand, we just use the thumb and finger lightly on the side of the nose for the breath. The eyes will be closed and you tune into your natural breathing. Trying to breathe all the way down into the diaphragm, up through the rib cage to the top of the chest. Breathing out top of the chest, through rib cage, into diaphragm, finally draws in. So, close the right nostril, breathe in the left side, close the left side, and breathe out the right side. Closing the right, open on the left, breathe in through the left. Close, out through the right. Close, in through the left. Close, out through the right. Ideally, we look for some retention in the breath. So we breathe in, hold, breathe out. We begin our next in-breath on the left-hand side. Close both nostrils, hold the in-breath, open the right side to breathe out. It's something that you might want to practice for a little while, see if you can get in tune with. It's called the Lunar Breath. I'm sure you can find other instructional videos out there and instructions. If we're holding, and there's certain conditions like high blood pressure where you wouldn't hold your in-breath, we're looking to get for a ratio of 1 to 1 to 1. So that means if you breathe in for a count of 4, for example, you would then hold that in-breath for 4 and then breathe out for a count of 4. So give it a try. If you're left-handed, left hand can be used. If you really don't like having your hand to your face, then think about using a visualization. I'm just going to cross my ankles in good practice. Okay, I'm going to cross them the other way, releasing those knees down towards the mat. So, if I was going to visualize, I breathe in, left side, hold, breathe out, right side. Now, I know that any breathing practice doesn't make for a particularly good video. If you're brand new to the breathing practice, try and do it for about 16 rounds. And then, if it works for you, steadily build. So, give it a try, maybe when you're feeling stressed or when you're preparing for bed in the evening, and see how it goes and if it works for you. We'll move on with our posture work. So moving from our breathing back into our posture work. Legs up the wall posture is very good. I like to think of it as turning your day upside down. So going from that active part of your day to recognizing that you're going to relax fully. Ideally, work up a clear wall. Okay, but otherwise just find yourself some space. If you don't like having your legs up the wall, think about putting your legs onto a chair instead. We take our bottom as close to the wall as we can. We begin to lay down, turning our legs up the wall, and then we simply take the feet up the wall. You might find that naturally you want your heels in together, but equally if you want to take those heels apart, they can go apart. This is really good, particularly if you've been standing all day, if your job involves standing. Try and soften the knees and drop the weight down into the hips. Allow the arms to relax to your sides. You may take the hands onto the tummy. It might be that nice warmth from the palms of the hands, and getting in touch with the breath in the belly can help you to relax and release. So legs are up the wall, they're relaxed, you're not holding them there. Spine is long, head's level, chin's nice and level so you're not restricting your throat, and there's a little length in the neck. Shoulders relax and release. Hands either onto the belly to feel the breath or out to the sides. A few nice deep breaths. Allow yourself to really relax and release into this position. Feel your hips and lower back settling. Make any adjustments as you need to. Soft knees, relaxed ankles, soft through your feet and toes. Might be you want to wriggle your feet and toes, or even have a little circle through your ankles. Whatever works for you. Think of relaxing, a restorative position. This is really good for the valves in the legs, so if you're worried about varicose veins, taking the legs this way can really help with the pressure build up in the legs. It can help with swollen ankles, so again, in some stages of pregnancy, you might find that you want to lay the legs up the wall. If you suffer with any sort of fluid in the legs, ankles, feet, this can help. It's also, of course, fairly relaxing on the knees, on the hips. Be aware of the back of the body drifting down into your mat, relaxing through hips, spine, shoulders. And just allow yourself to be in this position. You can practice your breathing in this position if you wanted to. Breathing in through the left nostril, pausing, breathing out through the right nostril. In through the left, pausing, out through the right. Allow your whole body to soften and let yourself just be in this position. When you're ready to come out, you're going to roll to one side, so we bend the knees down. We roll onto the side of the body. And then you can gently bring yourself up. We're going to now lay in our Reclined Qapla posture. So I'm just going to shuffle myself to my mat. Qapla posture is soles of the feet together, knees dropping outwards. When we do this in a reclined position, we're laying down on the mat. So laying onto your back, allowing those knees to drop out and bringing the soles of the feet together. Where you want those heels, whether you want them close in or far apart, is completely down to you. Think about settling through your hips. If you need any props, if you need some cushions to support under those knees because you suffer with your hips, then use some blocks underneath, a rolled blanket or towel. Settle and release the body, take the arms comfortably to the sides. And again, tune into your breath. Now this is a very open position, so if you're someone that feels vulnerable in this position, it might not work for you. In which case, don't concern yourself about having to practice it. Softening and releasing through the hips, allowing the knees to drop, arms comfortably to your sides. And again, simply allow yourself to relax. Just be in the position. If you sit for a lot of your day, this opens the hips. And of course we can flatten those shoulders down into the mat, trying to correct from all that forward movement when we're working over a desk. If you feel you'd like the posture to be a little more open, interlock fingers, hands go under head, and the elbows go wide. Breathing. Again, if you want to, using that lunar breath, breathing in through the left, holding, breathing out through the right. In through the left, holding, out through the right. And finally, we have our Savasana position, our full relaxation pose. Even if you don't traditionally sleep on your back, you might want to try this position for a few moments when you first go to bed to try and get your body to calm. Again, it's a fairly open position when you're laying flat on your back, heels apart, arms a comfortable distance from the body. But it's about just allowing the whole body to settle and releasing any tension. So find a position that works for you. Again, use any support you need to. And think about whether you want to introduce your mantra at this point. So do you want to be, my mind is calm, my body is relaxed? Or I am still, I am calm? Or relax, release, rest? Choose a mantra. Commit it to memory. Don't allow yourself to drift off and change the words or consider their meaning. Find something that resonates with you. So working in Savasana, we've got the spine relaxed in a nice straight line. Hips released, lower back comfortable, shoulders relaxed. Head centered, chin level, length of the neck. Releasing the weight of the head. Softening the muscles of the face and releasing the jaw. Soft shoulders, open chest. Relax through upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers and thumbs. Right, just be breathing deeply, focusing on breathing out fully. Or you may practice your lunar breath in through the left, holding, out through the right. In through the left, holding, out through the right. We have a gentle flow of movement through the front of the body as you breathe in, lift. And as you breathe out, that sense of releasing and the back of the body dropping into the mat. Even whilst focusing on your lunar breath, you have that sense of the body releasing with every out breath. Relaxed through the tummy and the lower back. Released in your hips, soft through thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet and toes. Mind may be following the lunar breath or repeating your mantra. Accept the relaxation. So all of these tips are there to assist you, tools to assist you with a better sleep. I hope they managed to help some of you. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, Namaste.